Woohoo! Welcome to Puerto Rico!
Now come along with us as we start from the port of historic San Juan, as we take a walk around this beautiful town with buckets of history to explore in this cultural paradise. We are doing our own thing today, and as you can see, there's plenty of pickup points and tourist information along the way, and right here a very detailed map of the city for ease of getting around. Puerto Rico is a breathtaking Caribbean island with a landscape of mountains, waterfalls, and tropical rainforest. It has an entrancing history with a somewhat complicated past and a dark side. In Old San Juan, you will find the gateway to its past with colorful Spanish colonial buildings, with two massive centuries-old fortresses of El Morro and La Fortaleza, connected by streets of blue stone, ramparts, and the fortress walls that surround and protect the city. We ourselves arrived by ship in the main port, which during earlier times in its history, San Juan served as a port from where riches were exported to Spain. In the sailing ships, and upon their return from Europe, they came back mostly empty, so they would ballast their ships with cobblestones for stability during the high winds, heavy seas, and the storms they would inevitably encounter. Beginning in the 1700s with a large supply of the grayish-blue cobblestones that were left behind as these ships sailed home full of goods from the New World, they began to use these ballasts to pave the streets. These stones were actually made by using iron slag from the smelting iron back in Europe. You can still see these today, but they are slowly being replaced from damage by storms and the passage of time. We sat and enjoyed a moment as we relaxed in Plaza Cristobal Colon, where the monument was erected to Christopher Columbus in 1894. It has been recorded that Columbus only spent a mere 2-day visit to the island he discovered during his second voyage to the New World in 1493, and at that time he named the island San Juan Bautista in honor of St. John the Baptist. Eventually, traders and other maritime visitors came to call it as it is named today. Puerto Rico was colonized by Spain and remained in its possession for 4 centuries until 1898. Following the Spanish-American War, Puerto Rico was then acquired by the United States. We walked to Castillo San Cristal, which is considered the largest fortification built by Spain in the New World. It was completed in 1783 and covered about 27 acres. The entrances were protected by 2 gates and drawbridges that were demolished in 1897, making way for development of vehicle traffic in the city. Construction of the defensive walls began in 1634 with the establishment of 3 miles of masonry walls, and by 1783 the wall system fully encircled the city of Old San Juan. All were updated over the next 200 years, other than one section that was so heavily damaged by earthquakes, it was demolished. About 3/4 of the walls remain today and are now historically protected, consisting of ramparts and bastions interconnected with El Morro and San Cristobal defensive castles. As we walk, we disappeared into many shops and brought home some very special pieces, purchased from local artisans and painters, which you will find all around you. Out of respect for the artisans, I don't film inside any galleries or shops, but instead take that time to take up conversation and learn about the artistic works within. You will find local cuisine a delight, with its own identity that has been developed over hundreds of years by its residents from its unique and diverse cultures that came to the island to call home. There is something here for everyone, from street vendors to dining in relaxed and friendly surroundings. Old San Juan's Cathedral is Puerto Rico's grandest religious building. In fact, San Juan Bautista is the seat of the Archdiocese of Puerto Rico and one of the most important. The history of the original church dates back to 1521, and it was demolished by a hurricane. The current structure was completed in 1540. Over time, this cathedral has succumbed to numerous robberies and pillaging dating back to 1598. In 1519, Puerto Rico became the first headquarters of the Catholic Church in the New World and the general headquarters of the Spanish Inquisition, one of the most infamous judicial institutions and barbaric events in Catholic history. It was abolished in 1834. Couple fun facts for you to explore on your next visit. This island is home to the leatherback sea turtle, the largest living sea turtle in the world. And just north of the island is the Puerto Rican Trench that extends to Cuba and separates the Atlantic Ocean and Caribbean Sea. The trench at its deepest point is 5.2 miles deep, which is the single deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean, and is also a complex anomaly containing the most negative gravity of downward force on Earth. El Morro rises nearly 140 feet from the Atlantic. Standing on the steep rocky shoreline, it's truly a magnificent and imposing sight, as I'm sure it was, guarding the entry to the harbor with its 25-foot thick walls to protect its city from the invasion by the competing world powers during the age of sailing ships. Thank you for coming along with us, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you like the content, please give a like and subscribe. And if you leave a comment or suggestion, I will be sure to get back to you. Safe travels to you and yours. The world offers us so much to enjoy and share together.